Hey guys, Dunas Plays here, and this is, well, my garage. Um, it's almost a homage to games like My Summer Car. There's a lot of winks to My Summer Car in this game, and yeah, it's great. It's in early access, and let's get into it. So, new game. I've got an old save. We're not going to enable food, drink, and sleep. I just want to play, but we are going to enable the map extension. There we go. So yes, there's two game modes. You can have the normal mode where you have a garage and you have to fix up cars that come in and you have money, or you can choose the survival mode where it's a bit like the long drive where you drive around a randomly generated map and you pick up parts and fix your car there. So this is our garage. If I can get the door open, I think there's a button if I remember correctly. There it is. There we go. We've got a lift, which is super useful. All of our tools strewn around. That looks about standard. And then we can also move this anywhere we want. So we can have it in front of the lift if we like, which, to be honest, is quite useful to do that. So I'm going to do that. So we'll just move it in front of the lift. About there, I think. Yeah, looks about right. And let's go get our first job. Now, you get consumables and stuff from the petrol station over there. You buy used cars over there. That is a storage, so when that door is closed, anything inside is unloaded, so it can keep your performance up, which I think is a very clever idea. And that is a parts shop with trailers and stuff. Things are, I think it's 40% cheaper if you buy it from there, whereas you can buy parts in the parts catalogue. So we'll just click and we'll have a look. So you've got all sorts of stuff you can choose by car, by engine. We've got different colour, suspension, accessories, all sorts. We'll get into that. But you can build an engine from bought parts from scratch. So one thing I'm going to do is just move things about. Now the controls are obviously mouse, WASD, shift to sprint, control to crouch, then control to basically lie down. And then you can press shift to go from any... So from there I can press shift to go back up, and then Q to lean forward. So anybody who's played My Summer Car, this will be pretty much what you're used to. So let's get our first job. Alternator is dead. No, I don't want to do. No. No. So you can choose which job. So later on you can be like, oh, I'll do this job. Rust and repaint are good money, but unfortunately they can get difficult to do. Pistons, no. Radiator, no. Let's do brake discs. Okay, so we're going to get $49. Now, I've put the car, but it's a bit too far back. So you can push them, which I might see if I can push this one actually. Just a bit, because it's easier to control. There we go. Now the really cool thing is we have full control over this. So we can put the lift arms wherever we want them to be. Like that. Move over. It's a bit one-sided, this thing, so this will be interesting. Set. And let's get this up in the air. I was hoping it wasn't going to fall off the lift thing then. Okay, that'll do. Take that off. Now we need R. Where are you? It's somewhere around here. Right click to pick up an item to use. We can press F at the bottom of the screen there to switch between loosen and tighten. So we just want to loosen that off. Then we can hold left click to remove it. And it was brake discs, wasn't it? Now they look good to me. But what we'll do is, say now with these covers we need to not have something in our hands. I'm going to just get rid of them. There we go. Right, so let's see. They look good. They look good. Oh, they don't. So you can see the difference there. That one's got a lot of disc on it. That one's Doesn't have a lot of disc on it at all. Now we need a screwdriver for that part. We may also need to take off the caliper. So I'm just going to do that now. Come on. Not going to. Do I need to do this? No, you don't want to come off. Okay, well, that's all the parts needed to come off. So we'll take off that. Can we get you off now? That's just going to fall off anyway. So we've got a 4-lug brake disc. If we press I, we can see the car model is a lad. So we've got a 4-lug brake disc for a lad. So car, lad, brakes, brake disc, F and R, rear 4, so we'll purchase that. And then I think I need to get this off. Oh, sometimes that can happen. Let's tighten that, loosen that. There we go. It just didn't like the fact that I didn't have that. So you'll see the tick. As I say, if you're familiar with My Summer Car, this looks very familiar to you. Tighten that up. Next we need to get the caliper back on. Like that. Grab our tool. Tighten it at the top. Tighten that on. Lovely. We'll grab our wheel. Let's wait for the tick. All 4 of them. And I can't actually pick the wheel. I can't actually pick the hubcap cover up with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the wheels back on first, so I don't have to mess around putting the tool in and out. And then we'll get the covers on, and the customer hopefully will be happy. But not always. Sometimes you can miss something. And I'm pretty certain the job was just brake discs, and they're good, and those were good. There was only one brake disc that was messed up. Unless he wants all 4 of them doing. But realistically, they don't need all 4 of them doing. No, well that should be everything. We'll take that. I'm just going to shove this in the bin through the wall. Don't leave my screwdriver on the floor. Now you don't need to drop it down, but I'm going to, because I need to drop it down for the next car anyway. And let's see if that was enough. It was. So I'm going to get 4165. There's a loose bolt. Oh, I must have accidentally loosed a bolt. Whatever. I'm happy with the price there. So that's the first job, and we got $10,025. Cents? Not cents. Dollars? Pounds? Euros? No idea. It doesn't give us an actual currency. So let's see if we can find ourselves a nice, easy job. There we go. Engine oil and filter. $101. Funnily enough, that's going to give us more money than our previous job. It's a bit weird. Now, I don't need to do this. I don't need to put it on the lift, but I'm going to. This is probably going to fall off the lift now. Stay on the lift. Right. Need to open the bonnet because I need to do the fill. There's the fill point. There's the filter. Lovely. So you can see in the blue at the bottom of the screen, Lad Coupe, Chad, Niv and Bart. So the filter fits on everything. And it's an i4. So we're looking for an i4 engine from a Lad, I believe it was. So Lad, i4, and we go engine. And this can just help us narrow things down. Oil filters, most likely, where are you? Oil filter i4, that should be the correct one. Come here, you. So let's go over to the other side because that's where we need to go. I mean, realistically, I should have drained the oil first. That's what you would do in real life. You wouldn't stick a new oil filter on without having drained the oil first, but you also just don't just pull out a stopper like that. Oh wow, that I'm gonna lose that if I leave that there. Funnily enough, it's better left on the floor. So we just need to wait for this oil to stream out. It's just disappearing. Thank God. Otherwise it would be a difficult... We'd have to have a catch can underneath it and then get rid of it. This is going to fall off its thing. Look at that. That's awful. Well, all I can say is don't send your car in to this garage for me to work on it. Okay, cool. So let's get our sun plug. Come on. I know you want to. Right, that's that back in. So now we need to drop it. I'm going to drop it all the way to the floor now because I don't need to do anything else underneath the engine. Now I need... That is coolant. Do I have any? I don't believe we start out with any. Nope. Okay, no problem. Perfect example. We will go over to the shop. There's usually traffic. Is there no traffic? Options. I know there's an option to do traffic, but this does have steering wheel support. I think it's in experimental stages at the moment. Oh, there we go. I've already bought it, so yeah, it does have steering wheel support, but as I say, I think it's in experimental stages. So I just use a controller to move the cars a lot of the time. I've not got one hooked up at the moment, but that's what I usually use. Okay, so what we do with this is we right click it for fill. I'm just going to do this because it's easier. We're looking for, that's it, filling just on the bottom of the screen there, even though it looks like it's not going in. I might be wasting some of this oil, to be fair. But we'll just get this filled up until it can't fill anymore. I know that's not what you're supposed to do, but in the game we can get away with stuff like this. Now that's ran out. So what I'm going to do is put it in the bin. I'm just going to check. Okay, so we're at the halfway point. That should be enough, to be fair. So we'll get rid of that. We'll close that. And we'll see how... Yep, there we go. 101. Better reset this because it caused a problem last time, didn't it? So that's one loop of the game to try and make a bit of money, is just take cars. Now you get jobs like this. Can you wash my car? I will take that job. Give it a sec to spawn the car. Okay. Oh, we're looking at a big old car. Is that a Bart or a Niv? Which one is this? It's a Chad. So what we can do is we can press enter to sit. Turn it on. Okay. Handbrake's down there. And then it's F for down and R for up. So we want to go into reverse because we need it to be outside. Brake on, enter to get out, and there we go. Now it's right next to the hose, so we'll give it a good clean. So we'll grab the hose. As you can see, wow, that was awful, that dirt. So we just need to clean it up, make sure the wheels are clean, go across all the bumpers and stuff. Now the reason I've parked so close is because there's a limited range on this hose, and it will just jump out your hand if you're not careful. So that's why I park so close, so I can easily just do this. So let's just get this washed up. It's not the best job in the world, but at the end of the day you get an 80, I think it's dollars, I think it said on the thing, so you get an $80 for this job. So I mean, can't complain, can you? So we'll just keep going and get this washed up. Now, this kind of game, I love this kind of stuff because I'm into cars. I've been for a while, and I don't have the opportunity myself to, you know, repair cars or buy broken cars and repair them or do them up or whatever. So this is a really nice experience. But I get to do this kind of thing, even though it's, not real. But that's fine with me. Can handle that. So we'll just... Sometimes the physics can get a little bit weird. You just got to roll with that one. I do believe it's a singular dev. I could be wrong on that front. If anybody wants to correct me, that would be great. But I do believe it is a singular dev in this game. And it's a cracking game so far. It's got a lot of potential for the future, that's for certain. I think if modding could be a thing, our choice of cars would be just unlimited. But I don't know how easy that would be, or if it's even possible. That looks like it, but let's just double check. Need to put the hose down, job into... There we go. And that's another job done. So I'm just going to put the hose back, even though it's like a wireless hose. It's a bit weird. I suppose all hoses are wireless though, aren't they? So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we will check out, because there is used cars, like I said, but there is also a junkyard. Now, for us to get there, I need to bring up the map this way. Now, we are, if you can see my mouse, which I hope you can, we're about here. And the junkyard is all the way over here. Now, obviously, we don't have a car. Can I close the map? There it is. So, obviously, there's some UI issues that they need to work on a little bit, but it's not too bad. But we can take a taxi to junkyard and garage, and it only costs us $10. So let's go to the junkyard. Here we are. Now, what it'll do is, as I get close, it will load. So we'll let it load. It's going to load in the junkyard and the cars that it'll spawn for us. And there they are. Bit of a stutter. You can also get parts. So we've got a Chad V8 exhaust, left side. Got a Lad coupe. Got a tyre. Got an entire roof for a Chad. So there's lots of stuff you can get at the junkyard. I mean, I don't think it's very good, but that's what we got. So we got a Lada Niv. That is not bad. The engine looks in pretty good nick, actually. Good oil filter. The starter's over here. There's the starter. Is that something to do with the ignition? I think that's the ignition. So I think that needs replacing. We need a new brake cylinder. Need a whole new subframe. Body panels are repairable. It's got a bit of damage up the top. If we can't hammer that out, we can literally cut off the entire roof and get a new roof, so that's not a problem. What else we got? We've got a big old boy. It's looking pretty decent nick, actually, that. No engine. So we'd have to put our own engine in there. Yeah. Or we got a little Lada, which is in really bad condition. That is... We got rust holes in the floor. Do you know what I'm thinking? Let's see how much this Niv is. I think it's the Niv, isn't it? Yeah, it is. 3,052. That's not bad. See, what I'm thinking is we can maybe, if the roof only connects here, we can cut the roof off and then use it as like a pickup truck for parts, because it'd be a lot cheaper if we go and buy the parts for a vehicle rather than using our catalogue in the office. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think we might pick this up, to be honest. So we'll buy that. I'm not going to worry about any of the parts out here. They're not in greatest of nick. So now we've bought it, we can press it and we can see that it's worth exactly what we bought. It's worth $3,052. So what we can do now is we can tow it to the garage for $100. And then we can get a taxi to the garage ourselves. And voila, we have a car with 3 wheels, actually. That's quite good. Usually I have a lot less. And an engine that doesn't look in bad nick. First thing I'll do is I'll probably get that engine out. We'll get it on the engine stand and we'll build the engine. Then we'll worry about the rest of the car. But generally, this looks pretty good. I can't see any rust in the floor. Yeah, this is actually looking really nice. This could be quite a good little parts car. But I think I'll leave it there. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And I'll see you in the next one when we try and tear down this engine. Thanks very much.